Hello, beautiful mamas, and welcome to Mama's First Monday. And we are on episode 13. Like, that's crazy. So, I'm super excited because this is going to be weird. So, the last day we had the 13th was Monday the 13th. I mean, Friday the 13th. Today is Monday, not the 13th. But anyway, Friday was the 13th. And that's actually my mom's birthday. And it's interesting, well, she's not with me anymore. I miss her. However, it's just crazy because a lot of us like to think as the number 13 as a bad number. And that kind of brings me to what we're talking about today, which is worry. But before I get into that, first off, if you have not met me before, I'm Denise Boyd, also known as the Unprofessional Mom, and I truly believe in helping moms putting themselves first. Because when we are putting ourselves first, then we can actually show up for ourselves and things and people that matter most to us. And even those people who we haven't maybe even thought that much about, maybe we can give them more because now we have more that we can give. So if that's something that you want in your life or that you know that you need, then follow me along on this journey because this journey is, first off, it may not be easy, but it's so worth it. And if you believe it's worth it, follow along. Okay, so today's problem is worry or worrying. And as moms, we have a whole new set of worrying. Like for example, as moms, we'll worry about our health or the kids' health or our spouse's health or significant other's health. We'll worry about. You may have financial worries. You may have worries about what's happening at school. You may have worries about your mental wellness, your kids' mental wellness. You may have worries about are you parenting well enough? Like there are so many different questions and worries that you may have. So here's the deal. What happens is as moms, what I've noticed is that our worry takes a whole nother, I don't know, like it grows a set of legs and it becomes a habit. And I noticed that the other day. It made me realize I've been worrying. So my 5 year old, she went on a field trip to a pumpkin patch, and I told her, I was like, "Baby, mommy and daddy can't make it. Daddy can barely walk, and I have my own health issues." And that's something I've shared before. I wish I had more time to go into that, especially for those moms who could benefit from that. But we'll do that another day. But I told her, we can't be there, and I told her, I said, please be sure that you stay with your chaperone, because I know that sometimes she'll wander off. So I wanted her to make sure. I was like, hey, baby, I need you to stay, with your chaperone. And all of a sudden, she started just crying and getting sad. And then she said, what if I get lost? And I'm like, oh my goodness, what have I done? Like, where did she learn this from? And 9 times out of 10, she learned it from me because as moms, we're worriers and we end up putting that worry also on our kids. So how in the world can we stop doing that? So I have 3 solutions. And the first solution is awareness, like catch the worry in action. And what do I mean by that? You have to know that you're worrying. So before you can take care of anything, before you can fix anything, you have to be aware that there's a problem. And the problem is the worry. So you have to kind of catch the worry in action. For example, instead of me worrying about her, there's something else I could think, you know? And that takes us to the next thing. And the next solution is to ask yourself this. And I actually heard this from Mel Robbins. I was listening to her podcast. And if you don't listen to it, you should subscribe. And no, I'm not getting paid for that, but I'm just telling you, her stuff has actually helped me through life. This thing called life, this thing called parenting, this thing called being a wife, this thing called being in business. So ask yourself, what if it all works out? Like, because what if it does work out? And me, I add something a little bit different to that. I don't just ask, what if it all works out? I pray. I pray for protection because why not? Like, why not pray for protection? I pray for protection over my daughter, over everyone who was going to be there, whether it's at her school, the chaperones, the teachers, or whatever school, and the people who work there. Like, hedge of protection, pray for protection. But if you're not, that kind of person that does that, that's fine. But make sure that you ask yourself, what if it all works out? And if you do pray, then you're adding an extra layer of protection. And now here's the next thing I want you to do because this is so practical, and I'll explain why. So the last solution is imagine it working out. Like literally, imagine it. And why would I ask you to imagine it? Well, because a lot of the times what we think actually happens. Because think about it. People say that life is decision based, but I would counteract that thought by saying, is it really? Life is not necessarily decision based because our decisions are made based on our thoughts. So life is thought driven. It's not decision driven, it's thought driven. That's what life is. So if you can imagine things working out, it kind of plays out a little bit differently in your life. You'll start making different decisions. And then, of course, when you catch that thought in action, then you get to decide, is this a thought that's even what I'm even gonna entertain? Do I want to take it in another direction? All right, so let me go back just to give you a good recap because I try my best not to keep you long. I just want to keep you long enough to make sure you get what you need. And I want you to start working on this week and let me know if this is helping you. Like, I'm for real. If this is something that's helping you, please let me know because I don't know if you don't tell me. So I'm trusting that you're going to let me know if this is working for you or not, because if it's working, then I will give you more. And also, if you have other tips that you want me to kind of help guide you through, let me know that too. All right. So, first off, the problem is worrying, worry, mom worry, which is a whole nother level of worry. And the reason that's a problem is because our worry normally takes on a whole nother, like, it just embodies something totally different, takes on its own set of legs. It becomes a habit. And then we want to go and look at our first solution, which is first off to be aware of that worry, catch that worry in action, catch ourselves as we're thinking about it and worrying about it. And then the next thing we want to do is use the Mel Robbins trick, which is to ask ourselves, what if it all works out? And add my little trick in there if you want to as well. Pray over it. And then the last one, imagine it working out. Because I'm telling you all, I do this a lot. I imagine stuff working out, and I cannot tell you the science behind it. And I don't have to. This is just from personal experience. I imagine things working out, and they do. So start imagining things working out because how you feel about something will show up. Like, for I can't remember what Bible verse it is. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together. Whatever measure you put out is going to come back to you in that same measure. So if you're putting out there in grief and in worry, then you or you're going to kind of get that same type of thing back. So what I want you to do is give good thoughts out, put good thoughts out, put it out there. And as you put it out there, you're going to start getting some of those good things back. I mean, if you plant a pumpkin seed, you're going to get pumpkins. If you plant an apple tree, what do you think going to grow on the apple on the tree? It's going to be apples, right? So just know that you're going to be okay. You are going to make it through this thing, and you don't have to worry. Like, you guys, I found so much joy now because instead of just worrying, I catch that thought, I catch that worry, I catch that worry in action, and I say, nope, you got to go. And I ask myself, what if it all works out? And I don't know, it just does something to me. I feel enlightened. I feel lighter, literally. And then I imagine if it all works out. But listen, you all, I am just so excited that you have been a part of this journey with me. And if you want to figure out, and sorry about that. Don't go to that. I did not do a note section for this one today. But if you really want to go further with me, then I would suggest you thinking about trying that Me on Purpose Blueprint trial. It's only $2 for 30 days because I just want to see if this is something you're interested in. Because if you are, then guess what? You'll be able to actually be you on purpose, which is the whole purpose of the Me on Purpose Blueprint and the whole purpose of the Unprofessional Mom to help you be you, to help you put you first. So all I need, $30, 2 days, only because I can make it free. Otherwise, it would be free. So $2, 30 days. And what's going to happen is it's going to end either way. And if you really want to be a part of it, then of course I will send you the link and then you could actually join the entire course. Do you have to go in there and redo everything? No, just press complete, go to the next one, and you'll be fine. But there, you guys, there's so much that I have to offer y'all, and I can't give it to you all in these little 10, 15 minutes every Monday. But I promise you, what I give you, even my free stuff is going to be good because I really have a heart for making sure that you all level up in this thing called life and this thing called motherhood, because you are a human first. You are you first, and then you are everything else. Okay. But you got to master you before you can master everything else. And with that being said, I love you, mamas, and I will see you all next time.